and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports, and welcome to a Tuesday, the 18th day of November for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. The new AVCA volleyball poll is out this morning, and as expected, Nebraska remains number one. The Huskers are sitting at 26-0 in the season as they get ready to host Iowa coming up on Thursday, a game you'll be able to see on FS1. It gets underway at 7 o'clock. The Nebraska football team is preparing for Saturday's game at Penn State. The Huskers at 7-3 in the season. The Nittany Lions are 4-6. Kickoff of that game will be at 6 on NBC. The GPAC All-Conference volleyball teams have been announced. We've got a couple of members of the Hastings College squad that were mentioned yesterday. We'll tell you about that coming up here this morning. NFL stuff last night. Dallas beat the Las Vegas Raiders by the score of 33-16. It was a big night for Dak Prescott. He completed 25 of 33 passes for 268 yards and 4 touchdowns. George Pickens also had a big night. He caught 9 passes for 144 yards and a score. So the Cowboys now sitting at 4-5-1 on the season. The Raiders fall to 2-8. And Virginia Tech has hired James Franklin to be its next head football coach. Franklin was fired at Penn State on October the 12th and was owed a $49 million buyout. But with this new deal with the Hokies, Franklin agreed to a $9 million settlement with Penn State. Of course, Franklin, very successful as a head coach. He went 128-60 over 12 seasons at Penn State and 3 at Vanderbilt. So we'll be talking about all that stuff coming up for you here this morning as we get up and get going on this Tuesday. My big man Tyson's still trying to get into the lobby here this morning, so bear with us. All right, we'll get Tyson into the lobby to join us here this morning. We mentioned that deal with James Franklin. He was owed a $49 million buyout after Penn State fired him. He takes a new job. He was fired on October the 12th at Penn State. He could have sat on his laurels and enjoyed life at $49 million, but he takes another job in the college football about 6 weeks after he was fired. He's going to be the main man now at Virginia Tech. So a lot of discussion about that going on. A couple of other notes going on in the NFL today. Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase has been suspended 1 game without pay for spitting on Pittsburgh Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. Chase evidently is appealing the suspension, and if the suspension is upheld, he would miss his team's upcoming game against New England coming up here in Week 12. The incident occurred in Cincinnati's 34-12 loss to the Steelers on Sunday. The suspension would cost Chase his weekly paycheck of $448,333, along with a $58,823 per game active bonus that he would be forfeiting. So he's got a lot riding on the appeal. Chances are he's going to lose the appeal, so he'll lose $448,000 plus for his weekly paycheck, and also almost $60,000 for a per-game active bonus. So not a logical good choice there for Jamar Chase, spitting on Pittsburgh Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. There are going to be some quarterback changes in the NFL this weekend. Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. not expected to play again this season as a result of a knee injury that he suffered during Sunday's loss to the Carolina Panthers. Veteran Kirk Cousins replaced Penix on Sunday in the eventual 30-27 overtime loss at home and will take over as the Falcons starting quarterback with Penix sideline. The loss dropped the Falcons to 3-7. So Michael Penix is out as the Atlanta Falcons starting quarterback. And in, we see the veteran Kirk Cousins taking over the ranks there. Also, the New York Jets are making a quarterback change. They're going to bench Justin Fields in favor of longtime backup Tyrod Taylor. Taylor will start Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens, a team that actually drafted him in 2011. Fields passed for only 116 yards in the Jets' 27-14 loss on Sunday to the New England Patriots, continuing his season of profound struggles. New York's passing attack is ranked 32nd in yards per game at 139.9, with Fields having produced only 505 yards in his first 5 starts of the season. That's going to cause a problem, so they're going to bench Justin Fields. He's now under contract with the Jets through 2026 after signing a 2-year, $40 million contract in March. But obviously his future with the Jets will be up in the air now. Fields is due to make $20 million in 2026, including a $10 million guaranteed take from the team. His cap charge would be $23 million for the Jets. With a 2-8 record, the Jets currently hold the 5th position in the 2026 draft. So we'll see. Justin Fields has been kind of in and out of the lineup for the Jets, and now here late in the season, Justin Fields is going to be benched in favor of Tyrod Taylor. But Justin Fields is owed a shitload of money here coming up in the next couple of years as he's under contract with the New York Jets. So those are just some of the things we're discussing here this morning. 7:08. You wake up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. Again, we're trying to get Tyson involved in the program here today. Now we're gonna do it this way. Good morning, my man.
Good morning, my man. Apologies over here on the Western. We are currently undergoing an allo outage of some sort, so no internet here on the Western Studios, which makes doing a streaming service show incredibly difficult. So we'll go old school method and over the phone, I guess.
Wow. Internet issues in the Western Studio, huh?
Internet issues.
All right, well,
not happy about it.
I've logged on and I'm trudging along here on the show. We've discussed James Franklin moving from Penn State to Virginia Tech. He was fired on October the 12th, and now here he is. He was due that $49 million buyout with the Penn State, and with his new settlement with the Hokies, he's going to settle for $9 million, and now he's the head coach at Virginia Tech.
I knew James Franklin was going to land on his feet somewhere, right? I don't know. I guess I would have probably sat back and had a few more pina coladas on the beach if I was James Franklin and really cashed in on that buyout clause. But heads over to Virginia Tech, so Hokies saving the Nittany Lions quite a bit of money in the grand scheme of things. But kudos to James Franklin. He's going to do some good things over at Virginia Tech. They've been just bad for several years. So excited to see what he can do and maybe shake up the ACC a little bit.
Yeah, so Franklin is going to bypass the $49 million. He'll take $9 million in his settlement, obviously working out a deal with the Virginia Tech as well. But, again, the Virginia Tech has hired James Franklin as their next head football coach. Also, while you were trying to get connected up with us, we were talking about a couple of quarterback moves in the NFL. Michael Penix evidently done for the season with a knee injury that he suffered in the ball game against the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. And Kirk Cousins back in to take over at Atlanta.
He wanted to be traded so bad to be a starting quarterback. Now he gets his opportunity with the Atlanta the Falcons. Just another name on the list of injured quarterbacks this year, big-time players that have gone down due to injury. I was all about Michael Penix. I even threw him in a couple fantasy football drafts, and now done for the season. So more star players going down. Kirk Cousins is next man up, and he'll get his opportunity to start. I guess he was really had that one opportunity, didn't really do a whole lot. Actually played there. I think they lost to the Dolphins the game he started because you were big on Kirk Cousins, and then he was like, "Oh, I want to be a starting quarterback." You just lost to the Dolphins, man. Like, just continue to be your backup self. But Cousins moves into the sliding role. We'll see.
And then the New York Jets are making a quarterback change as well. It's Justin Fields out. Here comes longtime backup Tyrod Taylor. He's going to take over the Jets beginning this week in their game against the Baltimore Ravens. Ironically, Baltimore's a team that brought Tyrod Taylor into the league back in 2011. So now Tyrod Taylor is in again for the New York Jets as he takes over for the struggling Justin Fields.
And again, I guess you could say he didn't really get his opportunity. They made the announcement several weeks ago, and then Tyrod Taylor gets hurt in practice, and then they have to retract their words and go back to Fields. Now back to Tyrod Taylor. Yeah, just got to figure it out. And Fields hasn't really been the answer, but let's be clear. It's more than the quarterback play for the New York Jets. They've got a lot of issues, but we'll see what old Tyrod can do.
Fields, we were mentioning while you were getting hooked up. Fields is under contract with the Jets now through 2026. He signed a 2-year, $40 million contract in March with New York. He's due to make $20 million in 2026, including $10 million in guaranteed money. His cap charge to the Jets is $23 million. Obviously, his future with the Jets might be a little murky at best. The Jets are currently 2-8, and they're currently in this position. They hold the number 5 spot in the 2026 draft if they want to chase after another quarterback to kind of rebuild things there at New York. But now you've got Justin Fields hanging on your payroll for $20 million in 2026.
It's a lot for a backup quarterback, isn't it?
Probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. They'll have to do something with Justin Fields if they feel that he's obviously not the quarterback for the Jets after he struggles here in 2025.
Yeah, I'd be tickled pink if you gave me $20 million to go be a backup and sit with a clipboard and a baseball cap. Yeah, doubtful. They'll be looking to trade him, but God, if you can't make it in the Jets, where can you make it? Who's going to want him? As far as that's going to be a pricey, healthy backup quarterback, and yeah, likely you're looking at a pay cut, a big one at that. As his Fields has 3 teams in the league, I think, and hasn't really materialized. So.
All right, so there's just some of the notes around the National Football League. There was a game last night. Dallas beat the Las Vegas Raiders by the score of 33-16. Dak Prescott completed 25 of 33 passes for 268 yards and 4 touchdowns. George Pickens got 9 passes for 144 yards and a touchdown. Cowboys are now 4-5-1 on the season, and the Raiders, they fall to 2-8. So Dallas handling the Las Vegas Raiders last night at Monday Night Football, 33-16. I guess no surprise. That was kind of a mediocre game at best, but Dallas providing a little spark offensively as they put up 33 against the Raiders, and the circus continues out in Vegas. 2-8.
They're awful. They're unwatchable. I mean, I might have put that game on for like 3 plays and said, you know what? I'm not going to ruin my Monday night by watching 2 really bad football teams duke it out. Vegas is miserable. I am blown away that Pete Carroll still has a job. That experiment has been a disaster. This could be, and this came from a Raiders fan last night. This could be one of the worst Raider teams in the last 30 years.
That's saying something. Yeah, that's saying something right there.
Well, they just are. They're miserable. They got a good rookie running back, but he went for I think a total of 7 yards last night. So you just got to blow it up and start from fresh. Like year 0 begins in 2026 if you're Vegas. The experiment has not worked.
All right, so that's just some of the things we're discussing here today. Again, it's a Thursday morning. It's a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. No, I didn't have to give Tyson a wake-up call today. Internet issues today. Dan was chiming in on our social media sites, and I have to give Tyson a wake-up call today because you're not on screen with me. You're not joining me on video like you normally do. No, it's Tyson had internet issues in the Western studios today, so the IT guy and obviously the internet people are trying to figure that out.
It's going to be the internet people. They're going to get a very nasty call here at about 8 a.m. I pay for the top tier internet. I went straight to the top. Give me all the speed. Give me all the necessities to be able to do this show. If you don't get it one day, that means you call them and say, "Hey, refund my bill for this day." That's on you guys. So I'm not happy about it. And in fact, I kind of took it out by just kind of association. I was talking over with the IT guy, and I kind of ripped his head off, and I didn't really mean to. I was kind of more pissed about the fact that I didn't have it at 6:55, and that's a very crucial time for me in putting this show together. So, yeah, not happy.
Yeah, I had internet issues as well over the weekend with my Hastings College game up in South Dakota. Evidently, they decided to do some maintenance work, like during the latter stages, like fourth quarter, do some maintenance work or something. So they just kind of unplugged us from the internet. So yeah, it was neat. So anyway, 7:18. Ryan Martin has chimed in already on our social media sites. It's a KU and Duke tonight in the Champions Classic. In the Champions Classic, Rock Chalk Jayhawk as KU goes up against the Duke Blue Devils tonight in college basketball.
Dookie Blue, true and true, baby. It should be a good one. Looking forward to it.
That's all we can say. Looking forward to an early season.
I don't want to say too much. I honestly, I haven't been actively looking at the Division I hoops other than really kind of Nebraska and Duke. So I don't have a whole lot of info on the Kansas team that they've got coming up this year. So, like I said, we'll see tonight. So
yeah, it's still early. It's November. You don't get really entrenched in watching college basketball in November.
No, I don't. I really won't. I'll be honest. As far as I know Nebraska, right? We know the guys, we know the squad. We kind of have an idea of what team we've got. after that, like, it'll be after college football before I even take a look at the rest of the college basketball field, because it's early. B, it doesn't really hold a candle to college football and how entrenched I get into college football and the NFL. So, yeah, it'll be until January, in all likelihood, before I even kind of take a look at the college basketball. And then guess what? Like, we still have over a month of the season to go, plus the NCAA tournament. So, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there late in the season. I'm kind of like you with basketball when it comes to, like, baseball and hockey, where you might pay attention once we get to the last week of the regular season and there's some postseason races, and then you're going to be, like, locked in. That's kind of where I'm at with basketball. I won't really get in until the conference tournament time and hop in and put an eyeball test and then, throw a bracket together, get on page 3 of the bracket challenge, wash, rinse, repeat.
That's probably why you're on page 3 of our bracket challenge.
Yeah, I don't study the game at all.
Yeah, that's probably why you're on page 3 of the bracket challenge. Ryan Martin, Basketball holds a candle to football for KU fans. That gives the Kansas fans something to look forward to and cheer about. Yay! I know the football season is still going on, but hey, we've got basketball now.
But hoops are starting up. Lace up the sneakers, baby. That is rich perspective from the Kansas side. Basketball season rolls around, and they can finally put their miserable football season away for a little bit. Unless you're Mark Mangino and you go to the Orange Bowl.
All right. What do we got? Lou Dog. Lou Dog's having a birthday today.
Dude, happy birthday, Lou Dog.
Yeah, one of our longtime supporters of the show. Lou Dog is having a birthday today. He says, please win on my birthday, boys. Rock Chalk. Brian, beat me to it.
A lot of Kansas people in the lobby today.
The Chief Endorf, he says, go Duke. Yeah, maybe we ought to get the crew together tonight and watch college basketball, huh? With Lou Dog and the Chief and Ryan Martin. Maybe we ought to all get together and watch a little college basketball tonight.
We'll have to be on opposite sides of the table, I'm guessing, to avoid a little fight. But, yeah, Chief Endorf and myself, 2 Duke fans. You got 2 Kansas fans in the lobby. That'd be a fun watch with some tires and sodas, as we like to say.
So there's some things to look forward to tonight. You've got college basketball with KU and Duke going. So waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, a little bit different than usual again. Tyson with some internet issues in the Western studio today. So you look at our cameras. I'm just lonely out there. I just have a black. I just got a black screen where you're normally positioned over here.
I know. I'm not happy about it either.
Hey, I have to send you through therapy like you sent me through therapy yesterday with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out how to politely word this phone conversation that's going to be happening at exactly, probably 7:59. Like their phone's going to get lit up right off the bat. I'm okay with that.
They probably won't answer. They probably won't be there yet. Yeah, they probably won't walk in right at 8 o'clock. If it's anything like around here, they probably won't walk in at 8 o'clock. So we're going to get some comments coming up here from Husker head coach Matt Rule as the Huskers begin preparations in earnest for Saturday's ball game with Penn State. Penn State is 4-6 on the season. They lost to Michigan State last week. The Huskers, of course, had the bye week. They're sitting at 7-3, and you got Penn State as a 10-point favorites over Nebraska, which is kind of funny looking. It makes you really. It looks like Vegas really wants you to bet Nebraska this weekend.
Yeah, and let's take time to reflect. Every single time that Vegas kind of does this and they create one of those big gaps, it's traditionally been kind of a blowout game. So, yeah, I'm a little leery about this. I think kind of the spread's right on. Maybe a 10, 13-point game. I would say Penn State's probably the favorite. Penn State's still a team that woke up after all of this roller coaster James Franklin circus and then looked themselves in the mirror before they took on Indiana and said, you know what, guys, we're a pretty damn good football team. Let's go act like it. And they did. So, yeah, I'm definitely a little anxious going into this football game. Do I hope we cover? Do I hope we play competitive football? Do I think we have every capability of doing so? Sure. But it's a road contest. It's a night environment. It's a whiteout at Penn State. A lot of things going for them. I think the crowd will be electric, and we got to rise to the occasion with, again, a true freshman quarterback that's going to get start number 2. So there are a lot of factors that are working against us, and it'll just be up to Rule to get them ready to roll.
And those are some of the things that Matt Rule is going to talk here in just a few minutes about a freshman quarterback, taking a freshman quarterback in his second start for your team into an environment like a Penn State. He'll talk about that coming up. Also, he'll talk about Penn State. Despite their 4-6 record, he says they got 2 running backs that just like to pound the rock, and they are very good. They've got a very good offensive line. And a very good defense as well. Pass defense is especially good for Penn State. So those are some of the things that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. Here as the Huskers begin the preparations for the Penn State Nittany Lions this Saturday. Again, the game will kick off at 6. You'll be able to see it on NBC. The IT guy has replaced your black screen, by the way. On video, you probably can't see it, but he has replaced your black screen with a picture of you, I guess, in preparations for your upcoming conversation with your internet provider. He's got a picture of you in white and orange shirt with a mask on. Yeah, it's yeah, you don't have a black screen anymore on your video side, so.
Well, that's good, man.
IT guy's taking care of you. 7:27, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Can you do the news? Can you do the news today?
I don't have no.
You can't do the news.
I don't have internet. I don't have no.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was getting ready for your news break.
I guess we could talk a little news break here. The anhydrous ammonia leak yesterday. It was kind of near to our areas, the neck of the woods over at CCC, and then I think you with over there on the East Side Studios. But that anhydrous ammonia leak yesterday, kind of shutting down East J Street for, I don't know, a good portion of the afternoon. And then by 5:45, they resolved that the anhydrous ammonia leak was taken care of. And so a few people in the area were evacuated. I think there was one injury, and that was a person that was working particularly at the facility. But the issue was resolved about 5 hours later. Could still be some odor in the area, but it is nothing concerning, and residents are allowed to go back to normal routine. So that's just news off the top of my head. That's the way it's going to have to be today. We'll head over to the East Side Studios with you check on sports.
All right, we'll give you the sports headlines. Nebraska is still ranked number 1 in the latest AVCA coaches poll. The Huskers are 26-0 on the season. Kentucky is second, followed by Texas, Pittsburgh, and Stanford. Rounding out the top 10 are Texas A&M, Louisville, SMU, Arizona State, and Wisconsin. Purdue is 11th. USC is 16th. Indiana is 17th. Minnesota is 19th. And Penn State is number 24. Creighton is in at number 12. Nebraska will host Iowa on Thursday. First serve will be at 7 on FS1. The Nebraska football team preparing for Saturday's game at Penn State. The Huskers are 7-3 in the season and did not play last weekend. The Nittany Lions are 4-6 after losing to Michigan State last week 28-10. Penn State features a balanced offensive attack, and defensively, the Nittany Lions allow less than 320 yards of total offense per game and ranks in the top 15 nationally in pass defense. Kickoff for the game will be at 6 on NBC. The GPAC All-Conference volleyball teams have been announced. McKenna Suter and Lainey Benson of Hastings College were honorable mention. The Broncos were 6-20 this year, 3-13 in the conference. In the NFL last night, Dallas beat the Las Vegas Raiders 33-16. Dak Prescott completed 25 of 33 passes for 268 yards and 4 touchdowns. George Pickens caught 9 passes for 144 yards and a score. The Cowboys are now 4-5-1 on the season. The Raiders fall to 2-8. Virginia Tech has hired James Franklin to be its next head football coach. Franklin was fired at Penn State on October the 12th and was owed a $49 million buyout. But with his new deal with the Hokies, Franklin agreed to a $9 million settlement with Penn State. Franklin went 128-60 over 12 seasons at Penn State and 3 at Vanderbilt. He'll replace his former defensive coordinator, Brent Pry, who was fired in September after an 0-3 start and a 16-24 record with the Hokies through 4 seasons. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:32 on Extreme Sports.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Overcast skies today with a high of 50. Winds out of the north, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, lows around 33. Daytime highs approaching 57 tomorrow. Mid-50s Thursday, much cooler Friday with highs in the upper 40s and showers. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 36 degrees.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance a Miletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Miletta Vista features award-winning wine, select beers, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MilettaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Miletta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Willenstein of Vronic with you, and say Tuesday morning, the 18th day of November for 2025. Thanks for joining us, whether you're listening to us on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with our free mobile app, your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch. Thanks for listening to us and watching us in some instances on our social media sites. Yeah, a lot of people chiming in already on our social media sites here this morning. A great picture we have up for you in place of the spot where your cameras normally bring you the joyous sights of your Western studio. You with no internet today, we have you on the phone here today, but the chief has chimed in. He says, that's a great picture of you. You'll probably have to watch the replay to.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to watch the replay. I'm gonna need internet to watch the replay. That'd be nice. But yeah, we'll get that, I guess, when we get up to campus this morning. So that'll get me to work earlier than usual. That's neat.
Yeah, you'll have to watch the replay to see your picture that we have up on the screen. So
if it's the IT guy's creation, I know it's probably got to be pretty good. So.
All right, 7:37 as you wake up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. Let's talk a little Husker football. Matt Rule was before us yesterday in Lincoln, talking about the preparations that have begun for Saturday's ball game with the Penn State Nittany Lions. Obviously, the second game with T.J. Lateef as our starting quarterback. So we asked him about what his expectations were this weekend.
I just want him to go play. They've got a ferocious pass rush. Number 33 is, besides having 5 sacks, 8.5 tackles for loss, he's also got 3 block punts. He is just fantastic, and it's not just him, right? They've got good players up and down the defensive line, all 3 levels. So, TJ's there's going to be times where there's going to be pressure, and he's going to have to reverse out and go make a play and run. And I want him to play free. I want him to go out there and let it rip. If he starts, sometimes the first game, the second game you start to don't overthink too much. Just go out there and play through the good plays and play through the bad plays and just take one snap at a time. To me, he's a triple threat. Use your brain, get us in the right play, use your arm, make the right throws, and then use your legs. I think those are the things. The biggest probably challenge is just the crowd noise. It's one of the loudest places I've ever been, and so, do you use the cadence? Do you clap? Do you go silent cadence? How do you do those things? And what is he comfortable with? But yeah, I want to see him play, man. This is a great opportunity for TJ, and I don't want him to play it close to the vest. I don't want our coaches to play it close to the vest. Like we got to go play and see what happens.
And Coach went on. He says, obviously, Penn State will be a challenge this weekend.
They've had a bunch of close games. This is the preseason 1 or 2 team in the country. Like I said, they're outscoring teams by 93 points. They're in the top 25 on defense. They're running the football at a high level. Obviously, they lost their quarterback. Other quarterbacks come in. He's doing a really nice job for them. And the way they play, when you run the football and take shots and play great defense, the games are going to be close, and it's whoever makes more plays in the fourth quarter. So, I think most teams play a little bit better at home, and obviously they like us, have a great, crowd. Like we get to see what it feels like when the other team false starts on 3rd and 9 and we're all clapping. They've got the same thing. So, we'll just have to go out there and have some poise in the noise and make sure that we're having fun while we play.
And Penn State's a balanced attack offensively, but they do have a couple of running backs that could cause us some problems this weekend.
They're great. Yeah, they got long speed. They can catch the ball. They took up blitzes. They can run downhill. They can run outside. They can play them both together. They've been great since they were freshmen. And, I can't minimize how good their offensive line is. Love the center. He's really a good player. And they've at their best, they find a way to run the football. And, but they're really talented players.
And again, Tyson mentioned a little while ago about sending T.J. Lateef into this type of environment in his second start as the starting quarterback for the Huskers. And the coach does have a little track record bringing freshman quarterbacks into this type of situation.
Yeah, you have to remember now. I went to Temple and I started P.J. Walker as a freshman. I went to Baylor. I started Charlie Brewer as a freshman. I came here. We didn't start freshman the first year, and then I played Dylan obviously last year as a freshman, and now TJ's playing as a freshman. And so, to me, it's like can I prepare, and then can I handle the moment? Like, is the moment going to be too big for me? And I think I felt that way about all four of those guys. That no, the moment was never going to be too big for them. Like when you enter the arena. You are the one that everyone's looking to. No one's looking to you and saying, well, he's a freshman. They're looking to you and saying he's the quarterback. And so you better enter it with confidence. You better enter it with belief. And I think people are always waiting to see when something goes wrong, hey, how are you going to handle it? How are you going to respond? And we all want to follow somebody that when things go wrong doesn't blame others. We all want to follow someone when things go wrong, has a positive attitude, and just comes right back to work. And so going back even to the question about after USC that Sunday, how they came back to practice, or really any week this year, to me, I could say all I want to the team. They're not. They're looking at the leaders and saying to themselves, how are they responding? So, we'll go to Penn State this week, and we want to be the best team that we can be. And a team obviously has to execute together, but a team also has to stand. We're going to be on that sideline. I'm sure there'll be lots of red there, but we're going to be standing on that sideline. It's going to be just us, right, kind of together, huddled together. And you better feel like, every single guy there would sacrifice and do anything for you. And while TJ doesn't have to be like a vocal leader, he's our quarterback, and your quarterback is your leader. And so I just see the way he comes into the building. I see the way that he practices. And I've seen it since day one. He takes accountability for everything, good and bad, and I think players love that. So he'll be ready. I'm convinced he'll be ready. And it doesn't mean this isn't a challenge. This is a top 25 defense. But he's not playing by himself. It's going to take all the other guys, and it's going to take us on defense and special teams. And I think our team will be committed to being a team on Saturday, and that's what it takes.
All right, that's Husker head coach Matt Rule as Nebraska begins the preparations for the Penn State Nittany Lions on Saturday. Again, it'll be a 6 o'clock start. You'll be able to see it on NBC. Obviously, today we expect to hear from the booth coordinators in Lincoln as we continue to dive in to the ball game on Saturday. Again, Penn State and Nebraska, just 2 games left in the regular season. It'll be this week, and then on Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving, the Iowa Hawkeyes at home. So, season winding down. Of course, we'll have a bowl game in there somewhere after the Iowa ball game, but season winding down for the Nebraska football team. We could go 0-2. We could go 2-0 in these next 2 games. I think that's how close we're going to be.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's be realistic, man. These 2 teams are going to be really physical. They're gonna punish us with rushing attack. You watch Iowa in their last 2 weeks. Both against Oregon and USC, really the first 3 quarters, and they've kind of collapsed in the fourth quarter 2 weeks in a row. But, from what I see in the first 3 weeks, it's just a team that's going to come out and be physically punishing, a team that swarms around the football defensively, no room to breathe, no room to run. Emmett's going to have his 2 toughest tasks. And if we're going to sit here and say Emmett Johnson, best running back in college football, this is where he's going to have to go prove it here in these next 2 games. And, like I said, I won him around 30 carries a game. He's been getting around 25. That's a solid number. I think we've got to continually feed him the rock. But also at the same time diversify our offense a little bit to open up some opportunities downfield, which just haven't been there really throughout the course of the season. It's going to be all in, and it's going to need an all-in buy-in factor for a team that kind of knows their playoff hopes are dashed and dwindled, and at this point you're playing to build something and build upon for next year, and that can be tough. That can be a tough ask in the locker room sometimes. Finish the season strong when you already know that your destination is going to be getting an extra couple weeks of practice. You know you're going to be going to the bowl season, but two big opportunities await, and it's going to start this weekend in prime time and very difficult road environment. So again, I'm not taking issue with where the spread's at. I'm not taking issue with where Vegas' head is at. I think that it definitely deserves a double-digit spread for Penn State, but it's on us to prove that we can go into one of those environments and we can win a game. Where a lot of people think that we're underdogs, and we haven't historically done it. So until we do that and grow some confidence in the fan base, I think that obviously, you go out and you stun Happy Valley this weekend, right? And then I think you have all the momentum going into Iowa, and that game and its entire dialogue on how we talk about the week ahead at Iowa is going to drastically be determined on how we play this weekend.
They consider Penn State as a balanced offensive attack, but really the Nittany Lions, they want to run the football, and they will. Oh, yeah. They were on the ground pretty heavy in their ball game against Michigan State. Matt threw on some statistics yesterday that were mind-boggling about how much they rely on the rushing attack, but they call them a balanced attack, but Penn State, they want to run the football, so obviously we've had some problems this season stopping the rush, so it'll be a big ball game coming up on Saturday, our defense against the offense of Penn State.
You put the over-unders on maybe a 90-minute football game, an hour and a half with both teams going to likely predominantly showcase a good ground game. Clock will be chewed. That clock's going to run, and it could be a quick-moving football game with these two teams that like to just run the damn ball. So yeah, I'm with you. It's all a matter of can our D line show up and stop. We haven't had really the opportunity. I would say in the course of the last 2 weeks, we played some pretty good mobile quarterbacks with UCLA and USC. Haven't gone straight with these big physical bruising backs, and so now an opportunity for the defensive line to show that, hey, from week 6 of the season when we got tore up by Minnesota, we got a lot better. If that's the case, then I think we'll be competitive. If not, and it's kind of where my initial thoughts are, could be a long evening.
All right, so the Huskers currently sitting at 7-3 on the season. The Nittany Lions are 4-6. Kickoff again will be at 6 o'clock on NBC on Saturday. By the way, our broadcast schedule for the rest of the week, we'll kind of set the stage for you. We've got college basketball coming up tomorrow night. Hastings College on the road playing at Doane. Women's game will be at 6 with the men to follow at 7:45. We'll have the game from the Haddock Center in Crete beginning at about 5:45 tomorrow afternoon. And then on Saturday, we're on the road in Sioux Center, Iowa, as Hastings will take on Dordt. That'll be a big ball game on the women's side of things. A couple of nationally ranked teams battling it out on Saturday. It'll be a 2 o'clock start for the women's game, 4 o'clock for the guys on there with a pregame show at 1:45. So college basketball is our focus this week. And on Monday, we'll have the Class D1 State High School Football Championship Bowl game for you from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, as Sandy Creek will take on the Crofton Warriors. That game gets underway at 10:15 on Monday. Our pregame will start at about 10 o'clock. So join us for football action coming up for you on Monday, the Class D1 State High School Football Championship. Sandy Creek taking on Crofton. So that's the broadcast schedule for the week. A little mixture of college basketball, and we put the cappers on the high school football season with that Class D1 title ball game. Sandy Creek, of course, looking to repeat in Class D1.
Crazy week ahead that'll be for Extreme Sports with the state championship on Monday. Then you get the Thanksgiving holiday, Black Friday thrown in there. So that's going to be a flurry of a week. We're going to blink and that baby's going to be over. So lots going on, lots to look forward to. And, yeah, you can't see it, obviously, but I got the old Sandy Creek Cougar hat rocking today that Mr. Boyer gave us. And I've been repping Sandy Creek all week in preparation for their state championship game.
Well, we hope to maybe get your internet issue resolved today, and you can win the Sandy Creek cap again tomorrow.
Yes, like I said, 7:59:59, baby. we're calling.
Jeez, 7:50. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. I've got my video feed going on our social media sites, and on the other side where Tyson normally is, we got a beautiful picture of Tyson and his mood here this morning. So hopefully we'll get that resolved today. Anyway, 7:51. He's somewhat limited in the news, but we'll act like we're going to do the news during this break. It's a 7:51 as you wake up with Mike and Tyson here this morning.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
All right, well, man, tell us what you know on the news scene off of the top of your head.
Yeah, obviously yesterday I think the big news came in with a lot of us getting alerts on our phone via an anhydrous ammonia leak. That occurred yesterday afternoon in the 4800 block of East J Street. The leak had forced the evacuation of some surrounding businesses. Central Community College was not among them, as they had air quality control experts on scene on campus yesterday and were diligently directing with the administration team. So CCC never did have to evacuate, although there was a strong presence of odor in the area in the hours that followed. By about 5:45, it was posted on social media via the Adams County Emergency Management Agency that the leak had been resolved, and many teams received applause for their efforts in bringing that to a closure. There was still kind of some lingering odor, but everything was deemed to be okay, and residents were told that they would be able to resume to normal activities, but road closures and some businesses being disrupted yesterday evening due to a anhydrous ammonia leak. With that, we'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, Nebraska is still ranked number one in the latest AVCA coaches poll. The Huskers are 26-0 in the season. Kentucky is second, followed by Texas, Pittsburgh, and Stanford. Rounding out the top 10 are Texas A&M, Louisville, SMU, Arizona State, and Wisconsin. Purdue is 11th, USC is 16th, Indiana is 17th, Minnesota is 19th, and Penn State is number 24. Creighton is in at number 12. Nebraska will host Iowa on Thursday. First serve will be at 7 on FS1. The Nebraska football team is preparing for Saturday's game at Penn State. The Huskers are 7-3 in the season and did not play last weekend. The Nittany Lions are 4-6 after losing to Michigan State last week, 28-10. Penn State features a balanced offensive attack, and defensively, the Nittany Lions allow less than 320 yards of total offense per game and ranks in the top 15 nationally in pass defense. Kickoff for the game will be at 6 on NBC. The GPAC All-Conference volleyball teams have been announced. McKenna Suter and Lainey Benson of Hastings College were honorable mention. The Broncos were 6-20 this year, 3-13 in the conference. In the NFL last night, Dallas beat the Las Vegas Raiders 33-16. Dak Prescott completed 25 of 33 passes for 268 yards and 4 touchdowns. George Pickens caught 9 passes for 144 yards and 1 score. Cowboys are now 4-5-1 on the season. The Raiders fall to 2-8. And Virginia Tech has hired James Franklin to be their next head football coach. Franklin was fired at Penn State on October the 12th and was owed a $49 million buyout. But with his new deal with the Hokies, Franklin agreed to a $9 million settlement with Penn State. Franklin went 128-60 over 12 seasons at Penn State and 3 at Vanderbilt. He'll replace his former defensive coordinator, Brent Pry, who was fired in September after an 0-3 start and a 16-24 record with the Hokies through 4 seasons. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:56 on Extreme Sports.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. 50 today, under overcast skies, north winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly cloudy skies expected tonight, lows around 33. Tomorrow, 57. Mid-50s Thursday, turning much cooler Friday with highs in the upper 40s and scattered showers possible. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Schrabley. Currently, it's 35 degrees.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
All right, Mike Wells, Eisen and Vronic with you. This is a Tuesday morning, the 18th of November, as we roll on here. So we had a little NFL football last night with Dallas beating the Raiders 33-16. I think that was an IT guy's pick in our Blazing Five, so you can chalk up a win for the IT guy. So he's still in second place.
At least one of us goes over 500.
Yeah, he's right around 500. I'm slightly below the 500 mark, and then you're the leader. So are we on the Frozen 5 this week, or are we on the Blazing 5 this week?
Well, Shane ended up finishing 3-2.
Yeah, I think Shane was 3-2. You were, I can't remember.
2-3, 2-3, 2-3, 3-2.
But we had.
If we want to throw in our guest predictor, Tim Stroman got us over the edge.
Yeah, I say we're on the Blazing 5 thanks to our guest predictor, because really brought him in to kind of carry the load a little bit. You were getting your back was getting sore from carrying me for the last couple of weeks, so we hired some help with Coach Stroman, and he helped us get us over the hump. So I guess we officially go with the Blazing Five this Friday, thanks to Coach Stroman.
It's a pretty good cop-out, I think. And I don't want to hear maybe it's cold outside yet. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and be blazing. Thanks to Coach Stroman for getting us over the edge.
Oh, well, we'll never hear the end of that. You know that.
That's true.
We'll never hear the end of that. I think he's going to.
We just opened up Pandora's box.
Yes, we did. I think he's going to be a guest predictor again this Friday, so we'll hear from him later in the week. We'll get Andrew Kuda, the head football coach at Sandy Creek, on the show later on this week, and obviously hear from all the coaches with Nebraska. The two coordinators will be before us today, so we'll hear as their preparations continue. IT guy has chimed in. You're not alone today. You're not alone today with your internet problems. Evidently, this is
good.
It's a large outage affecting things worldwide.
What?
So there's going to be a lot of problems. Maybe as you get through the day today, and they'll probably tell you that when you call your internet provider. But you've got the same internet provider as I do. Why am I on and you're not? I don't understand that.
This is a great question. These are all questions that I'm going to get answered at 7:59:59.
Did you pay your bill?
I did. I got a statement that says your bill will come out on December 1st, so I know I'm paid up.
Anyway,
although I did check the email just to make sure. I'm like, oh, did I miss a payment? No, but no correspondence, no maintenance notices. This is a widespread, apparently nationwide outage. This is just what I need.
Yeah,
I wonder how. If I go up to campus, we don't have internet. I'm calling today. I'm just calling it.
Yeah, it might be affecting some of your stuff out of school today too. Who knows?
It's really hard to run a class. It's wild to think about. Like, how did we do shit before 1994?
Really?
Before the internet was a thing, like, how did we operate? How like, the internet goes down, and all of a sudden I'm like, I can't do a show, I can't get news, I can't. How did we do this thing before 1994?
Well, we probably wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now without internet.
This is true. The fact that we're even able to bubblegum and twisty tie a show together today is...
Yeah. Well, thanks for your efforts anyway.
I do what I can.
Yeah, thanks for your efforts about
Plan B.
Joining us today. Plan B, maybe Plan C. Anyway,
this was actually Plan C. We had several different steps that were failed in the making of today's production.
That's how we get our day started here, gang. Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to listen to the show again, you can download it at the podcast on our social media sites. Download the podcast and listen to us at your convenience, even if you missed a portion of the show today. Maybe we'll listen to what Matt Rule had to say. You can catch that on our podcast. So we'll do this again tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll get the internet issues all resolved in the next 23 hours, and we'll be back here again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. It's a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.
The Kansas City Chiefs.